You have to have voter ID.
It is a bill now, or has it been passed?
It did pass.
It did
Yes,
pass.
yes.
So next time you vote, you better have some ID. Is that what you're
Better
telling me?
have some ID.
What do you got to have?
Let's see if we can punch that.
Okay.
Voter
ID.
Voter
something like
ID
that.
bill. Yeah. So we're going to
House passes a Safe American Act. Okay.
Save America Act. Yep, that's the one.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
By voting for the Save America Act, House Republicans did exactly what the American people sent us here to do. It's promises made, promises kept. Ensuring the integrity of elections is an essential issue. It's essential to maintaining our constitutional republic, and everybody in this country seems to understand and agree to that.
The House of Representatives just passed a voter ID bill, which would require people to prove they are a citizen before they vote. House Republicans are calling this bill the Save America Act. The GOP says this would prevent voter fraud and ensure that only Americans can vote. Here in Washington, Congressman Dan Newhouse and Michael Baumgartner say they support it, while Senator Patty Murray posted on X she believes the SAVE Act is voter suppression. Washington Secretary of State Steve Hobbs shared his thoughts on the bill.
They had the votes to pass it out of the House barely, and they had less votes this time than last time, and it's not going anywhere in the Senate. And so we're going to keep fighting. We're going to talk to our legislators and our 2 U.S. senators, and I'm sure that secretaries of state across the United States will be doing the same thing.
Yesterday, Speaker Mike Johnson shared that the act is, quote, essential to maintaining our constitutional republic.
The House has just passed.
What's on? You have to explain this to me. Why are the Democrats against this? Why? I mean, you need ID, right? You've flown.
Mhm.
You need ID, don't you, to fly?
Need it
Why?
to fly.
Why?
I don't know why.
What is it, for security reasons? Don't they?
For-
Don't they run you through the metal detector and screening and all of this?
Yeah, I don't know why you would need it if you don't
But
need
you
it
do,
to
right?
vote.
You need a
Why would you
ID
need
or a
it? Yeah.
passport or a little, what do they call it? Little star on your license now.
Yeah.
That the ID.
Yeah.
ID card. Okay. I don't understand why you would not be in favor of this.
Yeah.
Even let's just say everybody should have this card. Okay, even if you're a youngin, if you get stopped by the authorities, please, well, let me see your identification. Okay, if you don't have a driver's license, you're not going to run around with your passport and your birth certificate.
Yeah.
Okay, but you have this card. Well, here's officer. Here's my card. Here's who I am. How hard is this to do this? I just don't understand the negativity of this. I want to know the negative sides of asking people if they have ID. If you've got a legit reason why we shouldn't ask people for ID to vote, I'd like to hear it.
Right.
I really would. Oh, we don't care who you are. Come on in and vote. Well, how the hell does that work?
Yeah.
I mean, that's and you're in favor of that over, most
Right.
of us have our driver's license. Not a lot, not everybody, but by God, when you're 18, most of the time you have it. But if you don't,
Right.
you should have a card that says, here's who I am. I'm a U.S. citizen. I have a right to vote, and all this. I guess you do get a voter's card, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. I want to hear the Democrats' negative side to this. Why you don't need one.
Well,
That's suppressing. How is that suppressing the vote? Is what I want to know.
yeah. Well, let's listen here to Scott Jennings, who did a let me see if I can find the interview and
Well, there's a lot here.
yeah
There's a lot here.
well
Jesus.
yeah no he was actually talking about this and let me see here.
Are you saying that?
So he's saying the same thing that I would have said, that, you know, it's amazing to me how Democrats think that black voters are too stupid to get an ID. They're you know, well, that ain't right. That now it's a tax that you're taxing the poor to get an ID to show, you know, at the voters. But they're not too stupid to get that same ID if they want to fly, like you said.
Well, yeah.
You know, you got to have all
Yeah,
this stuff in the road if you want to
you're not
fly.
gonna fly.
So apparently they feel that, well, there ain't too many black people flying. So we got to worry about that.
Oh, now that's
Yeah.
that's like the stupidest thing I've
Yeah.
ever heard.
And so, you know, but hey, black people, if you want public aid, you want assistance, you got to have an ID. You can have an ID to do that. You're smart enough to go get an ID to get public aid or public assistance. But when it comes to voting, it just ain't right. It's racist that you want black people to go get an ID to vote. It just ain't right. So here's Jennings talking to, and he has
Black voters
going.
The
are
SAVE
too
Act
dumb to
isn't
know
just,
what's good for them. I mean,
the
it
SAVE Act
sounds
isn't just
pretty,
about.
it sounds pretty condescending
just
to
to be
me.
clear,
That's
the
You think they're dumb too, don't you?
Young
I mean, that's
voters.
the thing.
No,
I hear
nobody
I
thinks
hear
they're
these
dumb.
arguments. I've
Scott,
heard
hold on,
Democrats all
hold on,
week long.
Scott.
No,
Please don't. No, you listen.
There's a deflection
don't-
from
please
talking
don't
about
say
Donald
that.
Trump's racism
I'm actually
right there.
You should be thinking as
substance
opposed
is
to
Oh, it's
making
racism
this
right
about
there.
something that it's not.
You're saying
it's not just
you're
about
saying
voter ID.
married
It's
women,
also about
black
who has
voters,
access
and rural people are
to.
too stupid to figure out how to
Excuse
register to
me?
vote.
No, that's
No,
not.
that is not what
Democrats have been
it
making
is.
this
That is
argument all
so-
week. Figure out how
Let
to
me
vote.
offer. Let me offer.
Are you saying they can't
This
figure out how
is
to
the
vote?
exact same
I'm just saying it
argument.
is a fact that of
It is not fear-mongering at all. It's not
That's
fear-mongering at
that's
all.
just a reality.
It's not fear-mongering
And
at all.
listen,
Jim Crow
here's how
2.0.
Scott.
They say that about the Georgia.
The SAVE Act is about
So what?
proof of citizenship.
So what?
So it doesn't. I actually.
It also makes it very
talked-
hard for
we've talked
married
about this.
women who've
I
changed
was
their
just going to
last
say,
name.
we
This is
talked
all
about
young
this
people,
before.
by the way.
poor
It's not.
voters.
Trump took to social media to assure Americans he has black friends. On Truth Social, he posted videos.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. So he was. I mean, I wish that I could find that without somebody else doing this, and I don't know why I can't. But yeah, he was. He actually brought that up of why is it that, you know, you feel that black voters can't be smart enough to.
There are so many civil rights organizations that have run the data. If we look at the way that it is going to disenfranchise black voters, it's the same reason why Chuck Schumer called
How?
it Jim Crow 2.0.
So-
This is the same president.
How?
If we want to
You
continue,
haven't said how yet.
Yeah. He kept asking how's that going to do it? And she just kept going, well, I'm trying to tell you how. And like, no, you haven't said anything how that is going to affect the voters. You haven't said anything. And so let's see. No, that's the wrong one. Ah, damn it, Zig. Okay, well, it figures. Trying to get it, and of course, it should be a different podcast anyway.
I know.
But yeah, you know, it's amazing. It's amazing how this country has gone to shit, and Republicans set back, and you know, they can point it out. They point out all the time about the education and how it's all liberal education. And yet they're in power. They do nothing about it. They, you know, all of this stuff that they can look at and say, we need to stop this, but they never do.
Yeah. You know, like, you need a driver's license, right? Don't you? Why?
No.
Because you were told you need one.
You're right. It's
Okay.
a law.
It's the law.
Right.
It's okay. You should have ID to vote.
And that's
right. That's that's not black or white. Driver's license, everybody's got to have one.
Yeah.
I don't care what color you are, what race you are. Same
Yeah.
to go for voting. It's a privilege
Yep.
and a right to do it too. But
Right.
I just, I don't know that, I don't
But
get the argument at all.
it's not a right or a privilege for illegals to do it.
Well, no,
and that's
the whole idea
the Democrats.
of keeping illegals
Yeah.
from doing it.
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
That's
you're
the
not a
whole,
U.S. citizen where you're not eligible to vote.
right.
That's pretty damn black and white.
Yeah.
Wow, Jesus Christ, I don't who's put these damn people in control.
Well, and
This is
and there
some
again,
shit.
you know, with this,
When you get to it.
and it's not a done deal yet. It's still got to go through the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
And from my understanding,
And that's not
there's
like
a
it's going
couple
to.
of rhinos over there that are going to fight. They'll be on the
Go to the other
Democrat
side.
side. Yeah.
Well, that's all it's going to take then.
Yeah.
You don't have much room for, air
Right.
for one or the other to jump the aisle, as they say. But I don't get the argument. I don't. I'd have to really explain to me.
It has taken Republicans this long to come up with something. I mean, knowing after, look at all of the Republican Congresses that they've had.
Yeah.
Even go back to the big contract back in '94 with Newt Gingrich.
Right.
And
Right.
I don't even think voter ID was even in that contract. You know? And if it was, I know term limits was, but that was abolished. Well, they ain't having no
Well,
nothing to do with
okay,
that.
you can argue that all you want.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they would, but this seems like a black and white. Pardon the
Yeah.
pun.
Yeah.
Case here. It's just here's my ID. Well, I've got to show my driver's license when I vote.
I had that.
Next time I go vote, I'll say, I don't have to show you shit.
Right.
What if I say that?
Right.
I don't have to show you ID.
Well, and that's
I
a
don't have
big
it.
difference.
What if I say I don't have a
too.
driver's license? I don't have my birth certificate with me. I don't have a passport.
Right.
And the illegal's going to say that,
Yep. They're going.
right? They're not going to
there's-
have. What are they
but
going to
there's a
have?
difference.
What?
The difference is, I look at you and I can say American.
Oh.
See your ID. Brown skinned guy walks in.
I get pretty brown in the summer there,
Mexican.
brother.
He ain't getting. I don't have to call him his ID.
Yeah, because that'd be racist.
That would be
to do that
racist.
shit, brother. But,
Yeah,
okay,
and I
okay,
had that happen to me
That's
when
Really?
the
You're
last
not very
time.
dark-skinned guy.
No, but I was asked for ID. I was asked for ID.
I'm thinking next time I
And-
go vote in March. I think we vote next month, some primary or
Yeah.
whatever. And she says, "You got any ID?" I said, "I don't need ID." to
I
vote.
went. Yep, I went
Need
in.
ID.
I went in and walked up, and they said, "Here, your name is over here with this lady."
Mhm.
And it was a nice little black lady.
Mhm.
And she, how you spell your last name?
Mhm.
And she says, "Could I see your ID?" And I said, "What?" And she says, "Could I see your ID?" And I said, "Boy, there'd be some Democrats flipping out over this one right now. What the hell? Why do I have to show my ID?" And then the guy come walking over to find out what was
Security
going
come
on.
over?
Oh man,
What
It was
the-
like, what
it
the
caused a
hell?
ruckus?
yeah. You know, why is this man having to show his ID?
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why
Yeah.
should I have to?
Right. So, but I did. I showed her my
I said
driver's
there's no
license.
voter ID.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you ask an illegal alien?
Yeah.
Who
if
doesn't have
I
a-
was brown skinned,
Yeah,
would
if I
you
didn't have,
look Mexican? Would you ask me?
if I didn't have a driver's license, didn't have a birth certificate, didn't own a
And that's-
passport, and would you ask him?
And that
For
is
ID?
that's the trick right there. That's the trick.
I think I should. Just,
And unfortunately, and this is why I say, you know, Republicans are their own worst enemy, because the Republican pollster sitting there, okay, well, we'll keep our mouth shut. We won't say anything about that. But that's the only way.
no, you got to read hell.
You got-
in control. You know, not so much in the Senate.
If it's
But
happening,
you gotta.
Then that's what's going on. Is if they look Mexican, don't ask for ID. Now, if he looks American, go ahead and, hey, we're all legit. We're legit. Can I see your ID? I mean, I should have stood around there and just waited and see. you know.
Sure. Just make a little stink and say, yeah.
Yeah.
what the heck?
Well, waited around and seeing if a Mexican come walking in,
said,
and then
see if you're going to ask him the same
Yeah.
thing.
is he going to show ID? Are you going to ask him to show ID?
You know,
Yeah.
you can make a Mexican friend, like in the parking lot,
Yeah.
before they go in, say, hey, can we go in together? I want to try something.
Right. Right.
If you, and I'll
Yeah,
film it,
well,
Thomas. And
yeah. Yeah, but that there, then they won't ask you then. You have to do it because here's what would happen is you go in and you walk up with your Mexican buddy and they're going to say name, and then you're going to give them your name and they're going to say, yep, here you go. Right over there is where you go to vote at. Because they're not going to ask you for ID because that'll chase one off. You know, want to be like, oh, what's this?
Well,
You know,
let
and
one,
then-
we'll let one go first.
Yeah,
I see what they do. They go,
Yeah.
wait a minute, you didn't ask him.
but
Wait,
yeah,
wait a minute, you're
right.
this is not right. You're asking me.
I bet if it was a couple like that, they would both of
It
you
would
would
be
not
interesting.
be asked.
Well, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. If you're there at the same time and you walk in together like that, I bet neither one of you are asked to
Asked.
show ID.
Okay, well.
Yeah, but now if you're standing off into the corner and see some watching it, then you can tell.
All right.
But people don't do that.
No, I know.
Because for me, I showed my ID. I didn't have any problem showing my ID. But I didn't, you know, I don't have that Nick Shirley instinct and set back and film it.
Filming
and say,
it. Everybody, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask that when I go to vote in March. Primary. Do you have ID? Say, no. Do I need ID to vote?
I need the
I
ID.
didn't think you needed ID to
Right.
vote.
Right.
Oh, okay. I was checking, seeing if you're checking
Yeah.
IDs. I know I work for the county. They make
Yeah.
no difference. You just lie all the time. Hell, they don't lie. Shit.
Right.
But, oh, well, yeah, okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's crazy times.
It's
So
crazy. Yeah, we're living in interesting times. For
yes,
sure.
sir. Yes, sir. So
All right. Well,
all righty. we will let everybody. Okay, let's see.
You got something else?
This one might be the one that I'm looking for.
What voting rights is he taking away from black voters?
Oh, if we look
What,
at
the SAVE Act?
the SAVE Act,
Are
that's
you
exactly
talking
what
SAVE
we're
Act?
talking about.
How?
That is
How?
actually going to continue to
How?
disenfranchise
How?
overwhelmingly a lot of people of color.
How?
There are so
Answer
many
the
civil rights
question.
organizations that have run the data. If we look at the way that it is going to disenfranchise black voters, it's the same reason why Chuck Schumer called
How?
it Jim Crow 2.0.
So,
this is the same president.
how?
If we want to
You
continue,
haven't said how yet.
I am talking about it. It's the
How?
way that you're putting new poll taxes on this when you're making
Poll
people
taxes?
have.
Poll taxes. What the hell? What the hell is she talking about?
Yeah, that's
What's a poll tax?
that is them actually going and buying an ID.
Oh, well, you. Okay.
That is a poll
Okay,
tax.
take
for
it
them.
out of your welfare check, for Christ's sake, or something. Like I have to get into my Social Security paper stuff. That's, it's all comes from somewhere.
That is what they mean by a poll tax.
Oh, okay. Charge $10 or something. I don't know. That's a trip to McDonald's. With
Well,
good God.
how much does it cost? $30 or $25 to get an ID?
Okay. Well,
Let's say you're uneligible to get driver's license and you can go get an ID. That's what,
Is it-
25?
is it, well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I am still eligible to get a driver's license, believe it
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see
So,
in end of April.
Yeah. Yeah, but I did. That's what they mean by a poll tax.
Poll tax, we're calling. And
Yes.
he had that look like I did. What the hell
Poll
is she
tax.
talking about?
And then
A
they
poll
explain
tax.
it to her that it's-
Everything costs money. Okay, I'm sorry. I pay taxes for a lot of shit that I don't agree with or
right.
understand even half of
Right.
it. But
Yeah, here in the state of Illinois, you're eventually, if that one congresswoman has her way, you're going to pay for a fire tax.
fire.
The campfire tax. Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm
Yeah.
getting fined already if I start a campfire in my backyard. Now you tell me I got to pay a tax if I do start
That's
one?
right. And then she said, well, wait. Everybody's misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Everybody's misunderstanding.
All right.
It is actually because since there are so many campfires going on, with you going to your local fire department and buying this permit to have a campfire in your backyard, the fireplace, the fire
Department.
stations
Oh, yeah.
know where the fire could start from and go to it.
What if they got 50 permits? How that? What? How? Well, there go the
And then-
there go the camping fees.
And
They're gonna put a campfire fee on there. You see all these hotel
then-
fees and this and that shit. That's coming
Right.
next.
And then they said that that fee is going to start $5. Going to be a $5 permit fee,
Oh my!
and
Can't be-
in 2027 it is going to be a $10
Of
fee.
course, yeah.
And then it's $5.
It's $5
every
now.
time.
Yep.
So in 5 years, what, you're $25
You have a campfire.
to have a campfire in your backyard.
Hell, the fine's
Yeah.
$25 or something. That's pretty much a wash. I'll just wait for the
Oh,
fire
God,
department.
no, the
to show up.
fine was like $1,000.
Is it? Really?
Oh yeah, yeah,
I got neighbors burning shit all the time in the backyard.
yeah. Well,
I don't say
If that
nothing to them.
law-
I don't care. Hell,
if that law passed, they've got to go buy a $5 permit and
Oh,
start a
my
fire.
I'm
Campfire.
taxed out, Thomas. Taxed out, buddy.
Yeah.
I have no more surplus income to go to the government.
Well, they don't
Based
care
on-
about that.
I understand that. They don't care about me.
They don't give two shits about that. They don't, because they'll just tell you, Zing, this is only 1.14%. That's all that it is. You look at that at the end of the day, and all you are paying is a half a penny a day.
You know what you're watching. You're watching You're watching that damn Humane Society on TV, aren't you? When you sponsor a dog for $19.99, that's only 63 cents a day, Thomas. I mean, I know what you're doing to me here. You know what? I understand that kind of math. Okay,
But this isn't that.
but
This isn't helping a poor dog out.
well, I'd rather go pay for the poor dog than pay tax to have a little fire in the backyard. Okay. No.
It's crazy.
I'm done.
It
I'm
is-
done.
It's crazy.
I'm packing up, moving to Canada.
Yeah.
Not Mexico. I don't know if I'd be safe there, but I've been
Yeah.
to Canada enough times.
Yeah.
Or somewhere. I'm going with Rosie, and I'm going to go to where's she?
Italy?
Italy. Is she in
Italy, I
Italy?
think. Yeah. France.
Maybe she's at the Olympics.
She might be.
They're in Italy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Somewhere around in there.
But yeah, I just
Yeah. It's crazy.
okay.
It
Yeah.
is crazy.
Okay.
So, well, all right.
I'm going to
everybody.
be watching for that poll tax.
Yes.
See when it comes. And
Yep. Yeah. So our taxes are going to go up for paying illegals college tuition here in the state of Illinois.
And,
Where our taxes are going to go up to pay for a campfire tax. Yeah. So
and they're going to put a poll tax. Okay, so
Yeah.
taxes are going up in Illinois.
oh
You
yeah.
got any other new news?
Yeah.
No, that's old news. We know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's-
Okay.
That's a great state of Illinois for you. Find another way to tax
Yeah,
you.
we're in. JB wants to run for president. So
And he's
everybody
wanting to run for
across the
president.
country, if this is what you like,
Yeah. You're
this
gonna
is
get
what
it.
you're gonna get.
Yeah. He gonna find a way to tax. But at the end of the day, it's only 3.75% of a penny. So I don't know why you're bitching about that. Yeah. So
Okay.
well, all righty, everybody. We will let you go, and Mr. Zig is back. So we will stay in contact. Please like, subscribe, do all the good stuff. All righty. Thank you, and have a good day.